Welcome to the Safely Controlled Podcast, a show where we think we know what we're talking about, but we're still deeply confused.
That's right, those mysterious, spooky, and sometimes downright ridiculous anomalies that the SCP Foundation works so hard to keep under control.
How do they control them? Why do they control them? Honestly, we're still figuring that out. But hey, we got dice, and that's all we need to choose which SCP we're probably going to mispronounce today.
From homicidal rubber ducks to existentially horrifying vending machines, we're here to explain them to you. Mostly.
So buckle up and suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be entertained by two people pretending they know what's going on. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Safely Controlled Podcast. It's me, Matt, and I am also here with my friend Rob.
Hello.
Today we have been contacted by the Foundation themselves, and they want us to do our quarterly review on the SCPs that we have done. And I'm obviously making all that up. It's just a review episode. But we're playing it off like that's what's going to happen. Rob, I've had this idea. I pitched this to you a week or so ago, that I wanted to go through the SCPs that we have reviewed and what we actually thought about them. But then also I kind of wanted to see, just off the rip, from when I pitched you the idea of this podcast, you obviously know a lot more than you did from the beginning.
I didn't know anything. I didn't even hear of this thing.
There's probably a couple of other people out there that are still confused and still would like to know a little bit more about what the SCPs are. So I have somewhat of a brief recap of what the hell we're actually talking about. SCPs, first of all, SCPs mean, like the letters SCP mean a lot of different things to different people. Like to me and Rob, it means Safely Controlled Podcast. To, the website itself, there's special containment procedures. Then there's secure, contain, protect. What I do know is that this was a forum on a site called 4chan back in 2007.
Love 4chan.
Is that what I think that's what it was called.
It probably was. 4chan's an evil site.
And then about a year later, they transferred to their current site, the wiki.site that we use for our podcast and all the clippings that I do. If I'm taking screenshots of stuff, I put them in the podcast. A brief description that I've written here. The SCP Foundation is a fictional organization that is dedicated to containing and studying various anomalous events and phenomena. It is a privately funded and operated organization that provides information about the anomalies through scientific research, with little to no government oversight. Any information about the Foundation is strictly confidential to the public to prevent mass hysteria. Any reports of an SCP are to be met by the deployment of an MTF or a mobile task force to either contain on-site or to mobilize the anomaly to a nearby secret facility. Then they are to be locked securely and guarded while scientists do studies that indicate the level of protection needed to contain the anomaly, which gives us our special containment procedures. Did you know that there are other organizations?
No.
So this is my studies that I was doing while coming up with this idea. Found out that there is another organization called Chaos.
Oh.
Chaos.
Spelled with a K?
No.
Oh.
Chaos is a bunch of ex-Foundation workers that are labeled as a terrorist group that are trying to use SCP as weapons.
Oh.
So they're
the plot thickens.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a couple of disgruntled agents.
Maybe.
People that either saw something better that what they were doing with the SCPs, people if they're locking them in containment,
as opposed to, so they're trying to make like this little evil comic book team.
The way that I'm thinking about it is when they were a part of the Foundation, they saw what some of these anomalies could do, what type of capabilities that they had when it comes to weaponizing them. And that's when, the Foundation said, no, we're not here for that. And then they said no. And then that's probably what happened with the disagreement. Probably that's why they left the organization and then started their own thing. But
Gotcha.
Something that I've noticed, too, about some of our reviews and investigations that we've done ourselves is that nobody is really trying to use the SCP as a weapon of any kind.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing. I don't think we're going to see that, and if we are, that's when Chaos is going to be brought up.
Okay.
Because I have not heard of Chaos as of, the 11 or 12 SCPs that we've reviewed so far.
Right.
Another one, Global Oculate Coalition, it is a secret organization within the United Nations, and it wants to destroy the SCPs and not contain them.
Ah, so just eliminate them altogether.
Yeah, like they don't want to have studies done. They don't want to know what the properties that it holds. It doesn't give a shit about any of that. It just wants to put them to rest and be done with them. Apparently, there's a bunch of other groups that are out there that are trying to, get their hands on any sort of anomaly to, be able to make a profit off of it, for, money, religious reasons.
Bastards.
But then there's another group out there that are for the anomalies themselves, and they are known as the Serpent's Hand.
The Serpent's Hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess they're like PETA or FEMA or whatever.
They're like SCP saviors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, what's the one thing that you could say that you've learned the most about SCPs just by, I guess, reviewing them?
I'm amazed at the creativeness of people for coming up with these SCPs.
One of the things that I read, like somebody probably like 2 or 3 years ago now, it had said something about the SCP Foundation is the biggest writing collaboration project in history.
Well, there's 10,000 articles, right?
Right.
So
Probably way more.
probably way more, and just the cleverness of some of these, and like I can see like, what's that show on Netflix? Not Dark, where like people, it's like a skit show, but it's all like horror.
It's a sketch show?
Not a sketch. It's more like a situational show. Sort of
Horror.
like, imagine if it was humorous, it would be sketch, but this is not humorous. This is like a series, like a drama show, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Like
But it's a different story every episode?
Black Window.
Black something.
Black something, but it's like,
I was going to say black something.
I can't remember the name of it.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. That's it. I'm so dumb this morning. Black
Window
Mirror.
got me there.
What did?
Window got me there.
Yeah. Oh well, mirror, window, kind of close. Which I could actually see like SCPs, like there'd be like a Black Window SCP show where they take the SCPs and they actually act them out.
Oh, for sure. That's the other. Like I thought of the X-Files being kind of like that.
Right. Yeah, that type of thing. I would so be down with an SCP.
Because
show.
I'm sure we can make so many different connections between like, anything in pop culture, whether it's a movie, TV.
Absolutely.
But yeah, for me, X-Files pops into my head when I think SCPs because not just
Black Window,
aliens.
Mirror.
What the fuck? Oh shit. There's another one. Oh, the movie Men in Black.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned Men in Black a couple of times.
Yeah,
while we were
I can
recording.
always see guys with suits. Oh, bump the mic. Guys with suits.
Actually, I bet you the Men in Black have a lot more in common with the Foundation than we would think because this organization is not ran by any government. It is privately funded and privately operated. Now, I guess what we can do is get into the ones that we have reviewed. I don't know if I wanted to go in the actual order.
Yeah, whatever you think. But what's neat about this little review process is we've had time to, let it settle. We've digested it. Now we can actually come back and revisit it. And if we have any new feelings about it, we can talk about it.
The Foundation wanted us to know what we thought of 948. 948 was the workaholic. This is Seamus, the Dr. Seamus.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember. Description. SCP-948 is Seamus, a former surgeon in the Mater Hospital, Dublin. SCP-948 has been continuously lecturing on a variety of medical subjects in the Pythagoras Theatre, Trinity College, Dublin, since July 4th, 1984. SCP-948 shows an anomalous healing effect, with physically injured subjects introduced to its lecture theater healing if it discusses relevant medical procedures. Dr. Bridget has been assigned as a specialist supervisor, tasked with befriending 948 for the purposes of the cooperation and general quality of life of the object.
I don't really have time for interruptions, Eleanor. We need to get through this topic within this lecture.
I just wanted to give you these books before I headed out. They're letting you have them now. basic medicine stuff, but maybe things you mightn't be up to date with. I can get you anything you'd like within reason.
Going back and re-listening to this is that I feel like this particular SCP was for like a pride event or something like that. I could be totally wrong.
Because the logo on the website is a rainbow.
Well, it's different on this tab than it is on this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what happens when you click on the rainbow logo? Nothing.
Nothing. I don't know if this is just like the author who wrote this as a part of the
movement,
that community as well. But like, I remember when we were going over this, that I had said that Eleanor was going to Seamus for comfort because that the depression that she was feeling and the uncomfortability that she had been feeling was because of the fact that she was fighting with something that she couldn't change about herself, which I interpreted it as her as also being gay.
Oh,
going back to what he was saying about his old past, his whole past of him and his lover, whose name I can't remember now.
Oh, that's right. I did vague. Yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Some dude in John Hopkins. Yeah, McBride. Okay.
McBride. Yeah.
I do remember this part now. Because we laughed at him dying of AIDS and
because we're assholes.
But
yeah.
we were I would like to point out we weren't laughing at the SCP. We were Rob was laughing at me. I think I remember this one now. I was just dying the entire time because I couldn't stop coughing and didn't know how to read. I still don't know how to read. I called it out at the end of it, and you told me I was wrong, and I still think that I'm right.
You might be right. Looking back over time, yeah, you're probably right.
This one wasn't that bad. If I had to remember, I probably gave this one like a mid rating, so it was probably like a 2 or a 3. But as far as this one goes, it wasn't terrible. We've read bad ones that we did with like. I remember there's been like maybe 2 or 3 that we've like started
and we hated,
and then we gave up on them immediately and then just re-rolled.
Yeah,
it's happened maybe 2 or 3 times, but this one wasn't terrible. Like I said,
no, it was good.
This is a good one. Please go listen to that episode.
And your accent, top notch.
Next one. Oh no, it's the Christmas one.
It's the Christmas one. Christmas in July.
This is when you were doing your accent. This was the aggressive hose. This was episode 6. This is the episode right before that.
All right.
SCP-6483, Containment Class Keter.
So, special containment procedures. Per new Foundation-wide orders in accordance with Directive Alpha 1911 and the Integration Program, SCP-6483 is to be employed at Site-322 as maintenance personnel and seasonal entertainment.
6483 has a microscale Scranton reality anchor implanted in his spine. The anchor is to be checked for proper function weekly. My name is Dr. Anthony Qua. I am here so we can figure a few things out. You're not in trouble. I just have a few questions for you.
Ho, ho, ho. Of course. And please call me Nick, Saint Nick, Santa, Santa Claus. Any of those are fine. Ho, ho, ho.
Of course, Mr. Roberts. Now, you've been told why you're here.
Indeed. Ho, ho. That won't be happening again, sir. I didn't realize Christmas joy is now illegal in America. Ho, ho.
Oh, it's still legal. I'm talking about your abilities.
How do you know of this? Did the elves tell you?
Yes, the elves.
You will not stop me again, you bastards. Santa shouldn't say bastard.
What did you think of the guy that thought himself was Santa Claus, but he knew that he wasn't, but people made him stop being Santa Claus?
It was cute. I'll give it that. And I do remember a lot of hoes.
Nice. I guess kind of sentimental because we read this a little bit around Christmas time. I think it was either the day... Oh, no, we read this on Christmas Eve.
Was it Christmas Eve?
I believe it was the day of Christmas Eve. Wasn't terrible until we got down here towards the end and the impasse came in. You remember the impasse?
Mm-hmm.
I will not fade. This one was actually worse, in my opinion. The Santa one?
Yeah.
Was worse than...
Seamus?
Yeah, Seamus. His name was Seamus. I thought it was the sun god. Where's the sun god? Which one was that?
I don't know.
But as the years pass, you begin to notice that the choir growing quieter and quieter. I ask you, what happened to a god with no voice in his ear?
He vanishes.
That is it. Yes, he vanishes. Poof. A cloud of smoke and ash. No longer wanted, no longer needed. Worship keeps the divine alive. Worship makes something divine. I have not heard anything like a choir since the 15th century, Mr. Size. Now the voices grow quiet. I hear but a fistful of people whose tears spare a passing thought of me. Enjoy like reading this one, like this story. This part is actually really nice because the agent that was Agent Sias, who was sent to I guess contain the 8585 here. What was his name? Daz? Let him go here at the end, and that was actually really kind of cute.
It was cool.
Letting him go.
Yeah, I like the way this one panned out.
There was there was an SCP link that we might have missed.
Might have.
Oh yeah, I don't remember seeing this. Oh wait, no, yeah I do.
I do.
Yeah. If anything, I would probably put this one above.
It's in the lead now for the ones we've done.
So as of right now, you would say that this one, A Setting Sun, you have ranked higher than the Workaholic.
Yeah.
And then underneath the Workaholic, you have the Polar Express.
Polar Express is probably always going to be last for me.
Next up, we're going to go to 2070. 2070 was... Oh, this is the Fingers of God.
Oh. SCP-2071 is the observed tendency of the distribution of galaxies in the universe to be elongated and pointed towards our position on Earth. So what this SCP is saying is that it is an anomaly, that this is not a normal thing to be. Now, if you scroll down to the second paragraph down there, it says 2070-2 is the observed formation of galaxies into coherent, recognizable pictographs and symbols.
Some of those symbols here, the stick figure.
Yeah, the
sun.
stick figure. Now, is this sort of like when we look at stars in the sky, we make constellations?
I see what you're saying.
So maybe they're connecting the galaxies together and making the same type of thing?
This is the anomaly that was shooting out all these galaxies and stuff like that, and
That's right.
the mobile task force were put on there to, basically erase the human footprint in case anybody that came through there saw us, that we were there. They didn't want us to notice that we were there. This one honestly kind of sucked as well. I actually like the Santa one more than I like this one.
Really?
Yeah. So if I had to put this one at a ranking, I'd probably rank this one lower than the Santa one. So this one's dead last as of right now. Oh, this is the Rubber Ducks.
I did.
Also,
like the
you
Rubber
didn't.
Ducks.
You didn't actually even do this one. This was
Didn't
me
I?
and Anna.
I did. Yeah,
But you did hear it.
I did hear. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
All of these SCPs, by the way, that we're going over, I narrowed down all of the Christmas ones, and then we rolled 1d20 to get for that the Polar Express. That was how I technically rolled for it, but also limited to 20 SCPs in particular. But everything else was rolled pretty much while we were recording. Now, the Rubber Ducks episode was me and Anna re-recording an episode that we had recorded months before the podcast even started, trying just to get the feel for everything. Back in the day, stuff was simple. Us villains, we didn't need no stinking motives or whatever. We did it because we were the bad guys. Not everyone has a complex backstory. You want me to blab on and on about how we were created or something or other, or just accept that some things exist for the simple pleasures?
I think you've made your point clear. Guards, please escort SCP-3947-1 back to its cell.
Get him, boys! 2 bowling balls fall from the ceiling, knocking the guards unconscious. The idiot barely knew what hit him!
SCP-3947 has breached contain...
3 strikes Dr. Carver with a frying pan. Take that, nerd man. For me, the Rubber Duck episode, when I first wrote it and we first read it, we had so much fun that we had to do it again. So as of right now, this one, for me, is top 3. And I'm going to leave it at 2 right now just because we're going to get to another one that I loved a lot. I don't know how you felt about this episode and this SCP, but it was actually, for me, it was just so much fun. And plus, I liked how interested that Anna was. These characters were so much fun.
Oh, yeah. I was laughing when I was listening to it.
Next one, let's do 1663. And this was a containment site.
Right.
See, this one was a little bit more.
Oh, this was the weird one.
Yeah, this was another one that we read where it was just like completely different because the containment site itself was any research performed at containment site 1663. It's any personnel assigned, the special duty assignment for personnel assigned to the containment site. This one was honestly one of the more confusing ones. And then this one puts in like an open cannon towards more SCPs. Like anybody can write something around this one. I feel like somebody put this one out there so people would like use this as an example of like what the fuck like is going on. But this one is also going to be down there for me, just because of the fact that the only thing that it was a site.
Yeah, no, I see how it was like utilitarian for another SCP, but still clever, still creative.
It is better than Santa. I will give it that. That one's done. Next one's going to be this one. 7218 was the planetarium. This is Turnpike being put through the ringer.
Oh, yeah. This is the one where he's just floating in space, kind of.
Yeah, this was one that Anna did the voice of Madison Turnpike in post. Thank you, Anna.
Now, will you please proceed toward the back of the room and make your way through the aisles? We want to observe how physics and movement operates.
Sure thing. There's some posters on the wall. Should I try to get one?
That might be a good idea. Give me a moment. You called, Moira? Yes, we're doing an inspection, and I hope you can give Dr. Turnpike instructions on fiber collection.
Oh. Sims. Hello. Why are you here?
Because I'm the head of the chemistry department.
Right.
Right. Turnpike, there's a scalp on your side pouch. Get it out.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Madison. Sims, let's avoid first names for the time being. It might be confusing considering...
Thank God.
Cut a square sample and bag it. Use tweezers, don't touch it with your gloves, and make sure the bag is airtight.
Got it.
Really? Show me. I want to make sure.
I've been working here for 4 years. I can handle this.
The bag isn't all the way sealed.
I was about to fix that.
Moira, I'd like to recommend we avoid asking the engineering department to help in the future. Thank you for the input, Sims. Turnpike, keep moving through the rows. Let's limit talking to the task at hand, please.
You wanted me to take down one of the posters as well, right?
Yes, turn the camera toward one of them so I can see it.
Here.
Can you describe what you see, please?
Yeah. It's tan with a picture on it of a god. Is that a comet or a meteor? It has a caption, Halley's Comet, Saturday only. Okay, comet then.
That wouldn't make sense given that the comet was last seen in 1986.
For editing purposes, getting to listen to the story back, putting it together, this was, without a doubt, my favorite SCP that we have reviewed so far.
Really?
I love this so much. I love the story. I love the banter that you got going on back and forth between Maddie and Turnpike, not necessarily getting along there, whatever happened to them in the past. And then them getting, letting bygones be bygones, and then, Maddie turning her whole demeanor around, wanting to get Turnpike back. Plus, like I said, the editing process for this one for me was actually just a lot of fun. It got creative to have people speaking to themselves, speaking through the walkie-talkies or microphones or stuff like that. I just thought it was actually really cool. And I thought this story was fucking badass. This was the first 5 I think that I've given, besides the ducks.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
But that's why, coming around to it, it's still the ducks are funny and all that crap, but this story is honestly just kind of bizarre. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, out of everything, I could see this one get turned into a show.
Yeah, this is definitely a nice little mini series or something like that. This is legit.
Yeah.
Top number 1
so far.
SCP that I've reviewed so far. Next one. Let's go to 297, which is isn't this the
vibrator?
Oh, this is the fucking Wonder Woman's dildos.
That's right. It is Wonder Woman's dildo.
This one was comical. This one had you know, obviously it had something going on here. But disconnected to another SCP. What was this? Like some radio tower or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, broadcast tower. What is this?
It's a vibrator, 30 centimeters in length, 5 centimeters in width. Oh, we
What did we find?
found Wonder Woman's dildo.
It has a link to another SCP. Oh God, hold on. We have to read this.
We're
now.
just dirty,
We
dirty
have to
men.
We have to read this now. Special containment procedures. 297 is to be kept in a standard lockbox at Site 19's high volume item storage facility. Standard positive action defense, explosive, chemical, biological, and metric.
Mimetic.
What the fuck is mimetic?
Look it up.
No. Someone found it and was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it.
Death
It
by
looks-
vibration.
Organic slurry. Oh, liquefied human body. Oh, that's so intense. Not terrible, but it's also not like as good as like, you know, the whole like trapped in your orbit was. This was a small, very straightforward SCP that was honestly, it was actually easy to read, but I would give it a good ranking. I'm going to leave it outside the top 3. I'm going to put it at 4. Fuck it.
All right.
The name of that one, by the way, was 297, and the name of it was Steely Dan. Next, we have 3425, which 3425 was the other half of the, this was the other half of the double SCP episode. This was The Joy of Creation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in the moment, too, where we were deciding, like, you know what, we're going to review another one because this was a little short. This one wasn't terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was my favorite at all. There was one of these testings. Yeah, this one. This one immediately just like started blowing shit up. The one test that took 4 seconds.
Oh, the kilogram of uranium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was neat because it was like a robot that was kind of sentient. I thought it was a really good SCP.
As far as a rating goes, I have
It was creative.
at the bottom it goes Fingers of God, Polar Express, the Containment Site, the Workaholic, the Setting Sun. So I would not be putting this at 7. I think I would move up the Setting Sun to 7 and put this one at 8.
All right.
So we're missing 3 SCPs. Let's do the one that we just did in our last episode, which was the vending machine.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. I like that one.
I think this might have been your personal favorite.
It was pretty, I don't know, just the creativeness of these just floors me. I love it.
Oh yeah, by the way, there were so many of these. If you guys want to take a look at it yourselves, you just go to the SCP Foundation site, the wiki site, look up SCP-261, the Pan-Dimensional Vending, and then you go to the experiment log, and it is just this infinite sized log of stuff that was put into the machine, money, powered or unpowered. I was reading some of these, dude. The one was a crazy dude. Something about putting somebody in, putting money in, and it was unpowered, and it pushed out somebody completely made of chocolate.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Fantastic.
You know, I'm gonna read one more. It's 100 yen and it's powered. Dr. College's Easy Ram, a small plastic cup with the image of stereotypical mad scientist on the top. Packaged in American English. Instructions to add the water. Heat and microwave for 60 seconds. Results in ramen noodles and what appears to be a low-quality cheese sauce. Analysis revealed nutritional content to be identical to exactly 1/3 of daily requirements for an average post-pubescent male with large amounts of omega-3 fatty acids.
Eat 3 a day, you're set.
Some crazy random bullshit. Mm-hmm. This one goes on and on. We could have kept going, but that episode would have been like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, it's
because we would have just gotten down to some of this other bullshit, some of these bigger ones.
Yeah, do yourselves a favor and check out Log 261.
Well, what else can you get for 800, Rob?
Lemon clams. Thick plastic baggie with a plastic tube on the side containing water and 12 clams, packaging in Dutch. Following on package instructions, the plastic tube was cracked like a glow stick. Liquid in the bag flashed to steam, venting from a hole that popped open on the top of the bag, slightly burning one researcher. Steaming finished after 38 seconds, after which clams were found to be fully cooked and infused with a mild lemon flavor. On investigation, clams match no recorded species.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
just a bag of whatever. We're gonna call it clams.
Hey,
they taste like clams, but they're not fucking clams.
They might be clams.
They taste like lemon.
Why is it packaging in Dutch? That's killing me.
The Dutch part's killing you?
Yeah. Well,
not the whole thing where you crack the bag like a glow stick and it cooks for you.
I love how bizarre this idea is. It's fantastic just from a creative standpoint. But you've got clams, you've got lemon, you've got people getting burnt, you've got people timing shit with a stopwatch saying it's going to finish after 38 seconds. This is like hardcore shit. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, you were right. I goddamn love this one.
So then that leaves us two more. We're going to go to this one first, which was the first and only decommissioned SCP that we have ran into, which this was Violet Owens. Mobile Task Force Turtle Down, and this is the one where she kept she was splitting into twos, and then they kept taking the duplicate of her, the instance, and putting the instance down. And Anna helped us out with this one as well. This was actually one of the first ones we did. If not, this was the second episode, I believe, or no, third episode.
Yeah.
I don't like it either, but Callaway isn't giving us much choice, is she? Let's just hope that this works out. All right, then. Go ahead.
This shouldn't hurt a bit if you don't move, all right?
What? In that? Is it lethal?
May I see your right arm? I'm sorry, Owens, but please. It's better than a bullet, right? Think of it like going to sleep.
Will I wake up?
5932?
Miss Owens? I'm sorry.
Just becoming more and more comfortable with the fact that, like, she wasn't going to be, like, I think it was, towards the end of it, dude was like, you know, you can let her go. Somebody who was overseeing what they were doing, the testing and all that crap, and he's like, yeah, you can put her down now, let her get some rest. Stuff like that. This one that wasn't bad. And if I have a space for two more, so I'm going to put this one at 6, which means the next one's 5, and the next one is the first SCP that we reviewed on this show, which was Brain in a Jar.
Yeah, that was cool.
For the first one we did, which technically this wasn't the first one that we did because we totally ran test recordings and stuff like that.
First one published?
Yeah, this was the first episode published.
All right.
So, wasn't necessarily memorable. Like I said, like I can remember a lot of the storylines that come out of that Trapped in Your Orbit story. For whatever reason, that one stuck with me. But this one, I going over it, I do remember, us laughing at the fact that the brain seemed like he was a little bit like scrambled. We've reviewed now, or putting this out. This would be like our 12th or 13th episode. And like I said, this is just like what I'm going to call the quarterly review. Is there anything that you're looking for in particular when we're reviewing SCPs and we're rolling? What are you hoping for?
I'm just hoping for a creative story. That's my ultimate goal. I like when there's twists involved that I don't see coming. I just like the creativity of some of these. That's my favorite part, that someone actually took this idea, put pen to paper, wrote it all up, and it's just like it's like a little mini book, or I imagine these as like little comic books. Like if there was like an SCP Foundation, they should put out a comic and do one SCP a month. Oh, and guys, if you're out there listening too, anybody that has a suggestion for one of their favorite SCPs, please leave a message in the comments. We'll check it out. Hopefully we can, review your favorite stories too.
We're getting into a couple of different ideas coming up here soon. We're going to start going over a different list that Rob has been, kind of looking at and creating himself. Just like reading off of people like, oh, what's the best SCP that you've heard of?
Shout out to the Reddit SCP sites too, the subreddits that people participate on there, because I'm going to have to go on there, and if it's allowed by the mods, I'm going to have to start posting some links of our videos, because hopefully, we can get more feedback on these.
Word. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah, we'll post our channel and see what we're allowed to post on there. We'll message the mods.
Very good.
I'll get on that.
All right. Well, I think that would be wrapping that up and just about do it for this one.
Quickie, little review of what we've done, stuff we talked about.
All right. Well, I thank you for stopping by, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming by to the channel here on Going with Rogue and listening to the Safely Controlled podcast. And please keep your ear to the ground for the next episode. We'll see you next time.
Catch you later.